Over the past 18 months, I have spent nearly $6,000 on 11 labs for AI voiceovers, and I thought I was being smart about it. I mean, I generated over 27,000 minutes of content for my audiobook generation app and faceless YouTube channels. But here's the crazy part. I just found a way to generate the exact same quality voiceovers for just $15. Yeah, you heard that right. Instead of $6,000, I could have spent $15. I know it's hard to believe, but let me prove it to you in the next 60 seconds. I'm going to send this 1300 character text into the chat, and I should get the AI voiceover within 3 seconds.
Small changes can create remarkable results. This is the core principle behind atomic habits, tiny, consistent actions that compound over time to produce extraordinary outcomes.
What do you guys think? This 1-minute audio generation only cost me $0.00053. You need to do the exact same generation 1,886 times before it costs you $1. That's insane. And if you want the complete workflow ready to go, sign up to the community that I just released. The link is in the description. It comes with a 7-day free trial, so you could download all the relevant resources for free. Once you sign up, grab the JSON from this lesson and import it into n8n. Import from file, and boom, you get the complete workflow ready to start working for you. Alright, let's get into it. I have kept the automation simple so you can use this as a drop-in replacement for any voice generation in your current workflows. As you can see, right after the chat message trigger, we have a simple code node. It pre-processes the incoming text, removes special characters such as new lines, and construct a JSON body in this format. It has the version, the input text, voice, and speed. We have a bunch of voices that we can try. This JSON will be used as the payload for the following HTTP request node. Don't worry about the simple code component here. It's so simple. You could either copy from here or download everything in my community for free. From here, this HTTP request node calls the AI voiceover model. I have named it as start generation job. The AI model I'm using for this runs on something called Replicate. Replicate is basically a platform that lets you deploy and use powerful AI models through a simple API. So you don't need to be an AI expert or deal with complicated server setups. They have got tons of pre-built models from different developers and organizations that can handle all sorts of tasks like generating images, text, videos, and of course voice synthesis. The cool thing is almost all of them are pay as you go, so you only pay for what you use. So first head over to replicate.com. Now the only way to sign up is through GitHub. So if you do not have a GitHub account yet, you'll need to create one first, and then you can sign in with GitHub. Once you are logged in, you will see a dashboard like this. Check this out, guys. I have only spent $1.62 for the entire month of May, and I have generated over 3,000 minutes of voiceovers. That's incredible. Now click on the profile and select API tokens. Provide a name to your API token. Let's call it n8n demo. Create token, copy the token, and keep it somewhere safe. Go back to n8n. Click on the start audio generation job, the start generation job. Let's add a new header auth. Authorization. You have to set this to expression first, and then type in bearer and paste the API token that you just copied from the API token settings in Replicate. Here you go, and hit save. Once you're done, click close. Moving on, the next node is just a simple wait node. It waits 3 seconds to give the AI voiceover time to generate before we grab the audio file. You can change the wait time if you want, but it generally takes 3 seconds to generate an audio of 1 minute of length. If you go back to the start generation job node, you can see its output is null, and under URLs you get a get URL to fetch the audio files download URL whenever it's ready. Not the direct file, but you essentially get a URL to fetch the audio file's URL. So here we wait 3 seconds until the audio is ready, and that particular get URL will be sent to the fetch audio URL node. So if you go in here, as you can see, it takes a urls.get from this node and it tries to get it using an HTTP GET method. So once you call it, you get the text and you also get an output. Even though you did not have an output in the start generation job, you get an output URL in fetch audio URL. This particular output URL, this is a direct download link to the WAV file generated by Replicate, and it uses the same header authentication we set up earlier. You could either copy this URL and open a new tab on your browser and download it directly, or I have also configured this particular node. This is also an HTTP GET node. If we connect the tool, it takes a JSON.output, the output URL that we get here, the direct WAV file download URL. It takes it in and it downloads it. The cool thing is you can then upload the downloaded audio file into Google Drive, or honestly use any of the hundreds of integrations n8n has. So to wrap things up, I put together a cost breakdown between 11 Labs and the Replicate model we used here, which is Kokoro 82 million. The numbers are pretty much explain why this approach is so much cheaper than 11 Labs Creator Plan. So for example, with 11 Labs Creator Plan, you get 100 runs for $22, and with Kokoro, that's 1886 runs per dollar. The cost per run is $0.00053. That means it's 450 times cheaper than 11 Labs. Replicate has hundreds of other audio models you can experiment with using the same setup that I just explained here. Most of them are pretty affordable as well. So I'm not saying this completely replaces 11 Labs. 11 Labs got voice cloning, tons of voices, multiple languages, but when you're working at scale and don't want to spend thousands of dollars, this method makes a lot of sense. You can grab all the ready to deploy resources from my community. I'll see you guys in another video.